podcast is powered by MonkeyKnifeFight.com.
Eureka.
Bounce back
We make plays every day.
on a rebound
We make plays every day.
at the halfway mark.
Plays every day. We make plays every day. We make plays every day.
It ain't over.
We make plays
A
every
long,
day.
long ways to go.
Make plays every day. We make plays every day.
Hey, welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I'm your host, Bogard Scott Free, here with my esteemed colleague, The Goo. What's happening, Goo? How you feeling?
You know what I mean? It was a week 7 bounce back goo. You know what I'm saying? We back in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Got the wheels greased up and we rolling now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some winning streaks in our pocket.
The fantasy gods and heard you, huh? There was like the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah, Devontae Adams, we sat for a while in about 7 leagues on Devontae. That was just pleasant. Him and Ridley got that a lot of places.
And
So it was just a good week. Edmonds, I got Edmonds in a lot of spots, so that we'll talk about him later. But it was a good week for me.
Yeah, man, it was I actually cleaned up pretty good, man, in my leagues. Like, there's a couple where I just outright dominated, and then like there's other ones where I eked the win. But the ones where I lost, they're all by I'm talking about. It's part of the of course series, just the small margins, bruh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
those are the worst, bro. Those are the worst. Trust me, because then you got to question everything you did that didn't get you those couple points or whatever it was. So those are tough. So you really got to look in the mirror after those losses.
Like there's one where I started doing like conscious things, like for example, unconsciously dropping Jamal Williams like last Wednesday because there was no news, right?
Are you how'd you know I did that?
No, I mean you did do that too in the East Side League. I didn't know that was you though that did that. I actually seen it and I picked him up.
I'm glad, I was glad it was you.
I appreciate that. I needed it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I did the same thing because I was a Mostert guy, and in the middle of the week there wasn't too much information. They were just saying ankle. So I go and I've been sitting on Jamal Williams for like a couple weeks in that league, maybe like 3 weeks. Ever since he had that big game against Atlanta, he's been on my bench actually. Right? Remember everything was a Monday nighter. Anyways, long story longer, the motherfucker, I drop him, pick up Jeff Wilson Jr., and then that morning, I didn't play him. I think I went like the other side. I went Damian Harris. And that's like, so that one, or even just whatever kicker I played roulette with, you know what I mean? Because I lost by 1 point in the Run Boys office league. So anyways, not even 1 point, less than a point. Bro, it was like 0.6 to 0.8. Like, that's how the close of a margin I done got. But anyways, we'll talk more about Fantasy Row. Let's just get this housekeeping out the way. You know what I mean? Go ahead, follow us at the GMM Network on both IG and Twitter. Go ahead, subscribe to us on YouTube /the GMM Network. Go ahead and subscribe to us as well at the Run Boys Fantasy Network on YouTube. You know what I mean? Shout out to the gang. Also, check us out on runboys.com, where you're going to find all our latest and greatest articles from all our innovative sports journalists. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Also, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you check us out at our sponsor. Yeah, I'm saying I'm out of it, and it's weird, but anyways, I'm just out of it I'm just tired, bro. I'm just tired.
I hear, but we're here to grind. It's early season.
The grit don't quit.
Exactly.
Yeah, but check out our sponsor, Milk and Honey TX, for all your CBD wellness, all your CBD goodness. Go ahead on over to milkandhoneytx.com. Also, you know what I mean? You heard it, Playmakers, at the beginning of this joint. This podcast is powered by Monkey Knife Fight. Head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use promo code GMM. Get your first deposit matched up all the way to $50. Monkey Knife Fight, give me money. What's happening, Steamboat?
You know what I'm saying? We got to go through these injuries first. As you know, the running backs, there's some serious injuries this week. We're going to bang through them. You know, Kenyon Drake and Chris Carson top the list of big injuries. They look like they're going to be out for a few weeks. Nothing season ending, but definitely.
I think Carson, though, you know, because Pete Carroll, he had, like, we're probably looking at high ankle at minimum, actually, for Drake. For Carson, they said it was a foot sprain. And oddly enough, this man, Pete Carroll, he usually tells the truth. You know what I mean? He's either extra optimistic or he just flats out tells the truth. And in this case, he was like, they took him out of the game, but he didn't think it was that serious. And, I mean, you know, the last time Chris Carson got banged up like this, he ended up playing the next week. So you never know. Either way, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Maybe they'll force his way back if it's not that bad, because it is the Niners. It is division. You know what I mean? And dropping one like they did in the division already. But either way, yeah, he's banged up. Was that the only two?
No, we got a few others. Those were the big ones, though. Philip Lindsay.
Oh, yeah, concussion. Yep.
Justin Jackson, he came up on the list. Jeff Wilson. And then you got Mark Ingram and Joe Mixon on this list.
Yeah, I got them on there because, you know what I'm saying, you got to monitor them. You know what I mean? We still don't know if, like, Mark Ingram, you know, they say high ankle, right? So I don't think he plays this game. I mean, it is against the Steelers, right? So, you know what I mean? They're probably going to want all their soldiers, you know what I mean? But either way, Joe Mixon as well, you know what I mean? You might be able to do the Gio Bernard experiment one more time. It actually looked like it was going to piss a lot of people off, but he got that late touchdown, saved the day. Actually, even without the touchdown, he still had he's a PPR guy, so gotta love that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, not going to be a crazy game, but if he's in there, yeah, he'll get those receiving dump offs, especially in the red zone. So yeah,
Who do the Bungles got?
Next on their schedule, they have Tennessee.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, they're probably they don't need him. I don't think so. I don't think the Bengals are doing anything but trying to, like, get their young QB as acclimated as possible, all the while showcasing AJ Green for somebody that'll bite on it. You know what I mean? Before the trade deadline. Okay, so and the Justin Jackson thing, I don't know what it was. I forget what it said what his injury was, but man, he was not looking good in warmups too. Like
you saw him in warmups.
Yeah, so in the warm-ups, you know what I mean, the commentators are already pointing out that he was like, you know, they were like, where's he at in the warm-ups, you know what I mean? And then he came out, he wasn't doing nothing. So I was just like, yo, you know what I mean? What's going on here? I mean, this is the team that was coming off a bye week, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a situation too where it looks like Justin Herbert's going to have a pretty high, like NBA term, he's going to have a high usage rate. He's going to be probably scrambling and just throwing it like crazy. So until Austin Eckler comes back, I don't love either of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, if there is a banged up Justin Jackson, I mean, you know what's crazy, bro? They had like I think they knew Justin Jackson was banged up in this before this, or he was dealing with something, because they had like 7 different motherfuckers carry the ball for real.
Yeah, he did have 5 catches in the game though, so.
Yeah, saved. I mean, what did he put up, like 11?
Yeah, like a 10.
Yeah,
10 and a half in a PPR.
Yeah, so for sure, but I'm just saying, like, just in case, you know what I mean? The pun intended. You know what I mean? Joshua Kelly could be, like, he could actually see some volume here.
Yeah, no, not mad at it. Guys, you know what I mean? If they got work, then put them in there for sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get to this is a fairly long list of running backs that I put on this list. So if you want to just start sounding them off, these are the waiver wire targets, playmakers at the running back position.
Yeah, it's a long list, so pay attention. We're going to go through it quick. I'm just going to rattle them off. You got Chase Edmonds, LaMichael Pirine, J. Michael Hasty, Tevin Coleman, who should be coming off the IR, Gus Edwards, and J.K. Dobbins are on the list. You put Gio Bernard, we just talked about him. Josh Kelly, we just talked about him. Carlos Hyde, you know, I mean, Chris Carson's out. That's, you know, going to be a nice play. Latavius Murray, Wayne Gallman, looks like he's going to be the guy over there in New York. Devontae Freeman, Jamal Williams, you know, you already know about that, especially if Aaron Jones is out. Malcolm Brown's on the list. Royce the 5'9" Freeman. You put Jeremy McNichols, and then last but not least, Sexy Rexy.
I put Jeremy McNichols mainly because, like, out of all the remainders, all the big dog running backs, there's no, Gerald Everton, whatever his name is that his name? The rookie over there in Tennessee.
Evans.
Yeah, Evans. Yes, Gerald Evans, whatever the fuck his name is. That guy's on IR, so it's like McNichols been getting worked in. And just if anything happens to that fucking beast of a man, Derrick Henry, you know what I mean? Because, like, it's like at this point, if anything happened to Zeke, right? Is anybody excited to play Tony Pollard anymore? No, not really, right? I mean,
you still would, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, like with the way that offense is looking.
True, but
yes.
It's a standard. He's got a situation thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I put him on the list though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of guys on there for sure. Chase Edmonds is obviously the favorite I like on there.
Forgot to put
Jermichael Hasty. He may be in there, even though Tevin Coleman's coming back. I like the way he kind of runs hard. They like those one cut, like guys that really run hard. Yeah. Tevin Coleman, he just gets hurt a lot. So he might be nice for a game or two, but we'll see. Mostert's
gonna be out like 4 to 6, and I'm leaning more towards 5. I think he gets that middle of that right there, like 5 weeks. So we're looking at these guys getting some usage. I do like that you like Hasty as well because, they legit after the game said, Chase Edmonds, because he was good to go, they gave him all the work, and then obviously they sprinkled in a little bit of Hasty, but they said Jerick McKinnon, they were kind of treating it like they had him on purpose as with the light load.
Right. Because, I did hear that too. But Jerick McKinnon is not a guy you really want, running the ball. So, he's more of a third down kind of, gadget player at this point. Hasty is a guy that you can actually give the ball to more than 10 times. You know what I mean? Like a Jeff Wilson came in and just they run the rock hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's all. I like Hasty. He's going to get Hasty this week against Seattle. Let's give me money.
Yes. So you would say, don't be hasty. Start hasty.
Don't. Hey. Outside of running backs, though, the rest of those guys. Inside those running backs, it's a lot of low upside, but just grab guys.
Bye weeks.
There's potential to be. Yes, exactly. There's going to be potential for some opportunity over the next few weeks. So, you know what I mean? Things do change, and you want to have guys that you could have stashed. We have been talking about Chase Edmonds for the past few weeks, I think. And, you know what I mean? If you had him stashed already, it hit. So that's why we talk about guys like this. Something might happen, and it might hit big. So, grab any one of those guys if you got the spot ready.
Drake is fucking injury prone. It's so crazy.
He was crying and he got carted off. You're going to tell me that guy's not going to miss 4 weeks? He's got to be a high ankle sprain, 2. I think he's got to be more than 2. I'm hoping it's longer than that. I thought it was season ending, but he was crying in the cart.
Yeah, he was though. Okay.
Let's move to wide receiver injuries.
Real quick.
Yes.
Because I know you stand on the Gus Bus side of things. I'm saying J.K. If there's no Ingram, I think J.K. is gonna. We could see a lot of J.K. and we'll see the Gus Bus when it's time to chew clock.
I disagree 100%. 100%. Gus Bus is the favorite running back. He fits their system. He came up with Lamar on the practice squad. I don't want to say practice squad, but the second team. They've cut that. They perfected that system before Mark Ingram even got there. He's the guy that's going to be running that read option. Dobbins, have we seen Dobbins do anything? He's shown flashes here and there, but he's not consistently the guy that's going to run that system, and where he can hand the ball off and get some tough yardage. He's cool.
Who do they got? Who does Baltimore got this week?
But Gus Edwards is going to get 15 carries. He's going to have 80 yards. That's
who do you think who are they playing?
Baltimore. Who are they playing?
Are they playing Pittsburgh?
Let me see here. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. They are playing Pittsburgh. Bad matchup, period.
So I like the faster guy that can get around the edge. I like the guy who's a pass catcher.
Yeah, but they do still.
Give me JK.
Either one, I guess you could flip a coin. I'm not gonna act like it's like that much of a difference, but I like the guy that they're actually gonna give carries to. And
You
like,
know
really,
what? This
he's
might
gonna get
just
more
be
than-
this might just be something that might just not even work in fantasy. Because then they'll probably bring up a Justice Hill or whoever the fuck else they got back there. Because maybe they just
Gus Edwards is just yardage, bro. He's not gonna catch one pass. He's gonna rack up carries and yardage. If he gets a touchdown, he'll have a good game. That's it. Like Dobbins might get a few catches, but I don't know. I don't know if that Dobbins. This is his spot. This is his chance, but I don't like the matchup either. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, those are definitely guys you want to stash because Mark Ingram is trash.
Yeah, against the Steelers, what did Henry do? Like 70, something like that.
It wasn't anything great. But I mean, they do run the ball. Like they believe in running that ball, like running hard and like physical football over there in Baltimore. So they're not going to get away with that and just get cute and start trying to run around the edges all day. They're going to run that football. Trust me. And that's what sets up their whole offense. That's what that's when Lamar breaks out. Like without that power run game right up the middle, without that factor, there ain't no Baltimore offense. So that's why I like Gus Edwards.
Okay.
Long story long.
Touche.
You know what I'm saying? Anywho, now we move to receivers. The wide receiver injury, the big one we all know, OBJ, gone for the year, snapped his ACL trying to jump on somebody's back. We'll see you in 2021.
I'll give him that
OBJ.
much. I'll give him that much. That like that he went out. This is kind of a me being truthful and kind of throwing a shot at him because I always call him the flamer. But he went out like a man. But in this case, it just so happened to be jumping on another man's back. Hey,
it was unfortunate. That's why receivers don't chase people down after interceptions.
Unless you're DK. Woo!
Unless you're DK, who, you know what? That play might have saved my season in one league.
Man, listen, I'm just hot about that touchdown. Like, I like the fact in reality that the Seahawks lost. Obviously, we're Niners. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang. But when that DK touchdown would have got me a win in the Grim Keeper League. The DK one that they got called back.
Oh, okay. That took away a win?
Hell yeah.
You got him over there?
Yep. I traded for him. I sent away Woods and a third rounder, I think it was.
You maneuvering, huh?
Yeah, I did this like a week before, like 2 weeks before their bye week.
Oh shit! Okay. I missed that one somehow.
Yeah, because then I was like, for a second, like, I'm so banged up in there, like, as I went from like, okay, I like how Keenan Allen's doing, but let's go get some DK over here, right? So I get off of Woods, get me some DK, and then I got Michael Thomas just a lingering. You know what I'm saying? I like what Higgins been doing for me. Then I, obviously when waiting on Chubb. Now Mixon's banged up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be an uphill battle. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be without Gibson this week, so I'm gonna have to. I got Hasty over there though, so I'm like, you know what I mean? He's probably gonna make his way into the lineup for real.
I mean, after what Jeff Wilson did, it's kind of hard not to play the Niners running backs.
I mean, shit, but you know me, I'm a truther on all those guys, except for Jerick McKinnon and Tevin Coleman. Like, give me everybody but those two.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So OBJ was on the list. We got Debo. He's gonna miss a few weeks. Deontay Johnson. I don't know how bad it is, but you got him on the list. Miles Sanders. Frankenstein. Manny Sanders. Frankenstein. Yep. Michael Thomas, and you put Rashad. I don't know who Rashad is.
My bad. I forgot to correct that, but it's Perryman. You know what I mean? For anyone who cares.
Breeshad.
Yeah, Breeshad. Like I was erasing it and I just forgot because I think my phone went off. Anyways.
Rashad Perry, no man should pick him up.
Yeah. And you know why I put him on the list? Just to let everybody know, like, I am the type of dude, like, bruh, if a motherfucker gets hurt all the time, I just never even look at that motherfucker's way ever. Like Rashad Perriman, like he had the allure of being like a late round number one.
Yeah.
It was just like,
yeah, you motherfucker. Yeah, me. I don't want to talk about him ever again.
he made his way on like every one of your lineups, huh?
I grabbed him so many places. Pause. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker, dog. He fucking let me down. I'm all excited. Yeah.
I have a theory.
Never again.
I have a theory. Just don't have any Jets on your team.
You know what? It's a great theory. I went against my fantasy theory of just avoiding bad football situations and teams, and that one, we fucked up there. But that moves us to the wide receiver waiver wire targets. You got these off the top of your head? You remember some of these?
Go
rattle them off?
Yeah, go ahead. Start ringing them off.
You got the Rashad Higgins, who's gonna replace the OBJ. The Painter Zach Pasquale. Cole Beasley, who's probably got a pretty high percentage being owned, but if he's floating out there, definitely grab that, especially with John Brown out. Preston Williams, Devontae Parker, I think, was hurt a few weeks ago, so if he's out, Preston Williams, don't mind that. Along with him, I would say go get like Isaiah Ford too, or like
because
he gets me a lot of targets over there,
and Isaiah Ford too. You know, he was. You gotta imagine he was on the team twos more so. So he might sneaky have a little connection with Tua.
Tua, yeah, definitely have to see what happens. What Tua looks like.
Because I have a feeling there's gonna be some kind of receiver that we don't know his name. He's gonna pop up like with hella targets because it's gonna be whoever he's been favoring in practices. You know what I mean?
Shout out Jakeem Grant.
Jakeem Grant, the legend.
Next on the list, you got Marquez Callaway, who, Drew Brees came out there and really favored him.
Yeah.
He found the end zone this week, so I'm not
Sanders,
mad at that.
Sanders is on the COVID list, so he's not going to be back. You know what I mean? Harris is more of a return guy.
And Thomas has been on the naughty list.
Yeah, Frankenstein is he's trying to do his best AB right now. It seems like.
Yeah, no. So that's definitely a situation that
he's just problems over there.
Problems, and then you have Dominic, the People's Jones.
Yeah. See, like
just one of the greatest names I've seen this in a while. But
I was gonna go with the People's Champ Jones. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, you know what's crazy is when we were scouting these receivers, this receiver class, he was a name that popped up a lot. And I remember I was like, why ain't nobody really talking about this kid? Because he was dope in college. But like then when I started deep diving some more, I found out like I think he like cursed out a coach or something like that. So like that shit dropped his his value in the actual draft. So.
Yeah, but you curse out a coach, that boosts your value in my book.
Yeah, but them coaches, they want you to be in line, you know what I mean?
Wide receivers are supposed to be divas, except for if you're Larry Fitzgerald.
Especially if you have the people in your name, you know what I mean? You are of the people. He was probably speaking for the people, wasn't he? I want him to be a thing.
He was jonesing for the peoples.
Yes, and here's the thing too is like. We had to put that name, him and Rashad Higgins, because, like I actually in the East Side League, I picked up Rashad Higgins. And I'm kind of mad because I ended up dropping Malcolm Brown because I figured I'm just gonna go on the side of youth because I had him or Cam Akers, and you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So I ended up dropping Brown just in case anything was gonna happen to what's his name, bro? Landry, because I got Landry in that league. And like Landry was, he was playing with broken ribs. So now it's like, and then they said he was gonna play, so I released Higgins because it was funny. I had to do it for a kicker. So ultimately, I dropped Malcolm Brown for a kicker. But you know what I mean? I just want to say when it comes to all those receivers, if OBJ couldn't do it, I'm not really fucking with anyone outside of Landry.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a gamble at that point. Landry's nice, but you'll have to see who establishes themselves. You could roster one of these guys for sure.
Yeah, it would be Higgins to me.
Yeah, but that's that. I don't think Baker's gonna be throwing it like that for us the year.
Who does Cleveland got this week?
Cleveland has the Las Vegas.
Oh,
And then
okay.
they go on a bye. So
Okay, so
yeah,
so
and
maybe
then you got go ahead. My
no,
bad.
no. Then we got Jalen Rager.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they activated him off the IR, and they got him as questionable. So you might want to pick him up. They need help over there. And I know Travis Mudafogrum. He's showing that he could be a number one on that team. But I mean, I still feel the high draft capital of Jalen Rager. They're gonna, if he's back, they're gonna get him in the mix as much as they can.
In the fulcrum point of the offense.
Yeah, and someone's gonna eat big on this Cowboys defense that week. So you know what I mean. Just kind of pay attention to that Eagles situation.
Oh yeah. Grab your Eagles and Miles Sanders. Just take this week off.
Cause you got Boston Scott in a couple places.
Yeah. My boy Scott from Boston. We need him backed up. So then you got Nelson Aguilar last on this list is a name I really like because he's just kind of looks like he's kind of free over there. The Raiders are slinging it, bro. Derek Carr is kind of slinging that field a little bit.
You have to pay attention to Waller, and then pay attention to the burner Henry Ruggs. Just cutting the rug
you got
up.
Jacobs too, so he's a nice compliment.
He goes unaccounted for, but it's funny because Nelson Aguilar, he starts off the game catching a big one, he hits pay dirt, and then later on he does Nelson Aguilar things by dropping like 2 more potential touchdowns. Like he was on his way. He should have had a 3 touchdown game.
Damn. He did still finish with over, the 100 yards and the touchdown.
He got most of it.
He could have really had the monster game. But I like Nelson Aguilar, man. The Raiders are throwing the ball. And
also, a name I forgot to put on there. But I mean, he was on this list last week. But Christian Kirk, man, even though he's on a bye week, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's a no brainer there for me.
Damn, I just realized in the TFL I got no receivers now. I just got Godwin, I think.
Well, hey, I'm
gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Hey,
I'm gonna make it do what it do.
That ain't never stopped you before.
No, fuck no. I got pieces to move too. Yeah, but and then aside from that, that's pretty much it for the receivers. Go ahead, hit me off the tight end injuries. I know.
You put Noah Fant. He got hurt again.
Yeah, he left the game with an ankle again.
Motherfucker.
Never came back, but I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like I think they played him because of the importance of that game. Like, because they just, it's what's funny about having the 7th seed is that like any team that could just somehow miraculously run the table, they're in it. So obviously but because of that ideology, you're like, Noah Fant, you're good enough to go. They put him out there, and like they shouldn't have done that.
It was a blizzard. What could go wrong?
He still got hurt. That's what I'm saying.
If he hurt his ankle, the ice was near.
Yes, this is accurate. I think that's it. Was there any more tight end injuries?
I don't see that. It's the only one that on the official bogey list that I was forwarded. The pickups for the list would be Trey Burton. You put Gerald Everett on there, who was he scored a touchdown with Tyler Higbee out. Albert O, which is the guy in Denver?
Okubonawe, or I forget. I can't pronounce his name. That's why I just put Albert O.
He's the dude on Denver, right?
Yeah, because he's okay. He's obviously the one. Even when Fant on the field, like, you know what I mean. This guy. He's getting targets from his old college QB. You know what I mean?
For sure. I liked the way that they were looking for him. You got Richard Rodgers on the list, Logan Thomas. Yeah. And that is the end of the official bogey list.
Yeah. So the reason I have Richard Rodgers, obviously, it's a volume play. It doesn't look like Dallas Goedert's coming back anytime soon. You just play everyone against the Cowboys, and also when you talk about Trey Burton, I mean, because just in case he wasn't already rostered, because we had him on this list to pick up about 2 weeks ago, but they're fresh off a bye week, so you know what I mean. And you might have one of these tight ends that we spoke of, you know what I mean, from the injuries, or whether You know, you got some of your players on a bye week. You know, Richard Rodgers might be there. I don't think anybody. Isn't it kind of funny how far away the Thursday night game feels when you get to the Monday?
Doesn't seem far.
Well, I'm just saying, in a lot of people's memory, it might. If they didn't watch that game, they might not remember Richard Rodgers. I'm saying, like, he's out there, he's involved.
Oh, you're talking about the last Thursday from yes. Oh, that was a lifetime ago.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
A lifetime ago. I don't even remember. One guy I think he was on the list. I don't remember to say it. I didn't mean to go back, but Brandon Ayukin. We never touched on him. If Debo's out, that's him. You know, and he topped 100 yards this week. So that's a guy you definitely want to put high on your waiver claims this week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
did not mean to let that slip by. It was kind of a big deal. So
yeah, I forgot about that. I think that's one of those ones too. Like when I was typing it, like I think that was one of the ones where like my son was going ham. So I think I stopped midway through his name. It's like it says like it just said Brandon I.
Right. Hey, and AJ Green. If AJ Green is sitting around out there in free agents for some reason, go get him, bro. They're just throwing it over there. So without mixing too, even more. So yeah, you definitely grab that. I'm just looking through some just randoms. I don't see any quarterbacks that caught your eye for this week coming up.
So immediately on a quarterback pickup list, if Justin Herbert is out there,
oh yes,
you go and get that man. Like that kid,
he should be ownable right now.
Yeah,
you know he should be a guy that you stash. You stash now.
We done been told y'all to swoop him up like after, you know what I mean? Like since the whole thing started, obviously, because we play a lot of super flex, but even in the single QB, man, like
he's a QB1 in single QB leagues. Even a 10-team QB league, he's a starter until further notice. So if he's out there, yeah, absolutely. A guy like Joe Burrow too, for some reason he's sitting out there. He's one of the guys. Like last week, I grabbed him. He was sitting there. Be a second quarterback. Just gonna have that guy. You know what I mean, for the rest of the year if we need to.
Yeah.
Let me see, Derek Carr, bro. Why not? Why not? They got Cleveland coming up this week. Joe Burrow just threw it all over the place.
Yeah.
Not a bad option. And Carson Wentz, right?
Oh yeah, because a lot of people ain't really. And here's the thing, man. Like Carson Wentz kind of reminds me of like, this is gonna sound crazy, and this is just a fantasy take right here. If you're not watching the games, for the most part this year, you didn't know Kyler Murray was playing ugly. It wasn't until these past 3 weeks, you know what I mean, due to the defenses he was playing, he started like getting real sharp and real. Before that it was like his running is saving the days because he was good for some turnovers. You know what I mean? But this last couple weeks, he really cleaned it up. But that's the way I feel about Carson Wentz. Like, if you're not watching the games and you're only looking at the fantasy production, you're like, oh, Carson Wentz is not bad. Because it looks bad. But it
looks real bad. I was telling my brother during the last game, it was like midway through the third quarter, I said, bro, Carson Wentz looks like shit. And then I went back, and at the end of the day, he had like 34 fantasy points.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not watching the game, you're just like, oh, Carson Wentz is dope. Like, no, it's happening, and it comes when the way it comes, it does not look pretty. That line there is no line there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but they got the Cowboys, so there's no defensive line there this week.
Yeah,
either, so
good point.
That should be a get right game for Philly. Hopefully, we'll see what they do over there. Carson Wentz, that's going to be Teddy Bridgewater, he's got Atlanta again this week.
Yep.
Go get that. Fire that up.
Yep.
Roll that up. Fire that up. Jimmy G against Seattle.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, we're going to have to throw it. He still has Kittle, and then now he has Ayuk. The one thing you worry about is him just moving the ball for the running backs or Ayuk or, whoever, or George Kittle to rush it out of the backfield because, they'll do shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. They'll get creative on him, but that Seattle defense, you can kind of throw it on them. So, Jimmy, not mad at Jimmy.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Even Jared Goff. Baker, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean?
Against Vegas?
The one thing is Vegas is not a good run defense. So that's, it's the same. And then, this still is a run-first team. I mean, like, they just figured like at one point in this last game, like, all right, we're just gonna throw it all over the Bengals like everyone else does. You know what I mean? But yeah, not a bad streaming option. To be honest, I'd rather stream him than Derek Carr, if that makes any sense to you. Because I just feel like Derek Carr, like, I just don't trust that guy, dude. It's not even like.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I put him in the same
I know
boat.
you have a little biasness because of the uniform he wears against him, but he's been nothing but
It's
solid.
the mascara he wears.
It's been nothing but solid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for fantasy, yeah.
Not great, but you know what I'm saying. He's like he's a Jared Goff-ish kind of player. Just
Exactly. That's a good comp.
Decent production, nothing great, but he won't just get.
Jared Goff's not a bad streamer too this week.
No, not mad at that either. He's let me see what they got. They got Miami.
They got Miami.
Yeah, it could be a little weird matchup, but yeah, no, Jared Goff too. That's a guy.
Actually, I retract the Jared Goff one because it was the mastermind of Brian Flores that embarrassed Jared Goff in the Super Bowl when he was with the Patriots. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And now he's coming back?
Well, yeah. I mean, you seen that was 2018, one of the highest scoring offenses, and then they get into the Super Bowl, and you know what I mean? Because it's but we give Belichick a lot of credit, but Brian Flores is legit. Like that's why he was this D coordinator for a cool minute. You know what I mean?
Yep. Are there any Italians you would consider streaming this week?
Oh yeah, he's almost a made man. You know what I mean? I wouldn't consider streaming him, but he has a hell of a name, Benny DiNucci.
Fare Benny DiNucci. Oh no, he's not. He's wrong accent. My bad.
What's the matter, you, Benny?
Hey, he'll whack you out there, right?
He'll get whacked out there. Hey, the Eagles defense. How about that? Let's just segue right into the streaming defenses. Eagles, one of them.
Love that, right? Yeah,
right?
No, that's bad. If they're gonna eat them for breakfast.
Forget about it. I didn't really put too much thought into streaming defenses. What other? KC, if they're out there, that's like the number one. You could even.
KC is playing the Jets, absolutely.
Tampa Bay, if you already have Tampa, because most, Tampa is probably one of those defenses people are holding on to. They got the Giants.
Tennessee, they have Cincinnati this week. Not a bad matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay's got Minnesota. Decent. The Niners, if the Niners are floating out there, grab them. Even though it's not a bad matchup, that's a defense that's getting better. So I'm playing the rest of the year. Even though, their next 3 games are bad. I retract my statement.
But I will, as I said, they got Seattle here, but.
They got Seattle, Saints, and Green Bay. And damn, the Niners be having these 3 games, but the Saints ain't what they were last year. So, I take that back. But,
I know, dude. This is the one thing that sucks being a Niner fan is that, we got banged up during the stretch of matchups we should have whooped ass in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
I don't even feel
it was brutal there for a minute.
It's cool that we beat the Patriots because they're the Patriots, quote unquote, but they're just not good neither. So you know what I mean? That's just like a win we should have had. You know what I mean? That. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird that they were favored in the game. I thought that was odd, but
the Niners?
No, the Patriots.
Yeah, it was a West Coast team going to the East Coast. It's the Patriots. The name brand of them. You know what I mean? And the way the Niners have looked for the most part. So I can see that, but come on, them bookmakers. They want. Sometimes they do things like that to make the public go towards. The Patriots, and the sharp money was on the Niners. You know what I mean?
That is for sure. And that's about it for defenses. It's kind of it's kind of beat up over there. Tampa, like you said, mostly probably owned. Kansas City's probably already owned too. So Tennessee, that's my star defensive play of the week if you can get them.
Yeah, streaming wise.
And Philly, obviously, I'm saying that one too.
Yeah, and then just in case there was someone who needed to needed to release Indy to make room for something this week, check if they're available because they're just a good defense.
Absolutely, and absolutely, I saw them get dropped in a lot of spots, so for sure you can grab them because that's a good defense.
Oh yeah. All right, well shit. A little bit of fan. You got any takeaways that caused some fantasy row? A little fantasy wide range of emotions. From this week?
Nothing too emotional. I lost OBJ one spot, which I didn't even really want him to begin with, but I had him. And I'm still worried about the stat correction. I'm worried. I won one game by 1.5 in a league where we start 8 IDPs, and the stat corrections are insane. They're not big swings, but 1.5 that could happen. So I'm not going to sleep easy. I need this win in the worst way. If they take this from me,
I'm pretty sure it already ran right now.
No, it don't run that fast. It
can go all the way up to Thursday.
It can go up to Wednesday and Thursday. I've seen it happen. So
yeah, it's true. I do remember it happening a couple times.
I'm just nervous to wake up tomorrow and see.
I've seen a stat correction correct a championship. And it came. It came like it didn't fuck with him like like a day later. It fucked with him like. But it still was like hours later. No, actually, I'm lying. It was like the next day. Oh,
that's brutal.
Motherfucker He already took to social media celebrating and shit. So it was one of those ones. It was like, and ironically, it was the same year that Steve Harvey announced the wrong bitch. So that was relevant. It became known as being, that guy was Miss Colombian. You know what I mean?
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's brutal, though. Stat correction at the very end like that. Fuck.
I got a little bit of a fantasy row before we close this up.
Yeah, lay it on us.
Okay.
Lay it on us.
There's a couple, in both my home leagues, I'm 3-4. In the keeper league, you're in that league, so you're aware of this league. In that one, I don't, people make moves in that one. You know what I mean? We got a savage group of motherfuckers that like to wheel and deal. However, in my other my other home league, it's a regular redraft, and it got like 4 people in our, like 4 other individuals in our keeper league are in that league as well. But then when they get to that league, all of a sudden no one trades. So I'm 3-4 in that league, and I'm like, I can't even move Zeke on name value, and it's fucking irritating because I'm like, none of these motherfuckers make trades in that league. Period. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one league where everyone just sits on everything. You know what I mean? Like,
those leagues exist, man. You got to learn how to survive in those types of leagues too, because they're out there, bro. Where people there's nothing but conservative.
And I've been like so middle of the pack that like I can't even help myself to the waiver because priorities are standings in reverse in that league. So it's like. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn it, I'm kind of in purgatory. So I'm still grateful I'm 3-4 because I'm a game away from 500. But like, it's just so crazy because my team just got all the injuries. Like, yeah. Ironically, both my home leagues are like that, and then in the TFL too.
You're the Reaper, bro.
I am not the Reaper. I would say it's you and my cousin. I would say
I did reap Odell, bro. You know what I mean?
You sure did. I have 0 Odell, so you know what I mean?
I now have 0 Odell, too.
Well, no, and yes, you and everyone else.
I have 1 of 13, and it was acquired by a trade. It was,
You brought him over to kill him.
I did. I sure did. And he is officially done for 2020. So, yeah, no, it's I still think we're in prime for strong finishes. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of your rosters. I know who you pretty much have on your team. So
yeah,
you're in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
And then the SBI feels really good to be above 500 because you know what I'm saying? Like it's such a tight race over there, bro. It's like it's a real tight race over there.
I took a tough L over there. I fell to 2-5. That's really like the one where I'm like, damn. I mean, even though I don't know if I'm completely out, I'm gonna be last place for sure. For sure.
To be honest, shout out to Robbie, but I was definitely rooting for you because I want the level the playing field more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, anything could happen, but that especially not getting Michael Thomas that got back in already. That kind of killed it. So we'll keep grinding though. That's what we do. On to week 8, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no more hate. We just gonna try to be great. That's all we do, you know what I mean? And we up late.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait. You know what I'm saying?
Is that no debate?
There is no debate that next Sunday is the date that I will come through
and skate,
and I will escape with another great day with an NFL slate. I don't know. That was weak.
So we trying to eat so we can say we ate.
We're trying to eat.
No,
so
I'm just getting stupid.
Hey, that's how we do it.
Right out the gate.
Right out the gate. Let them know.
And hey, whatever happens, it's fantasy fate. You know what I'm saying?
You beat me to it. I like that one right there, bro. Hey, that's how we do it, bro. But I think let's put a wrap on this. Man, let's get some fucking sleep, bro. You know what I mean? We work hard. We work too damn hard at this. I know you grinding nonstop, Bogey. Get some rest, my mans. I heard you yawning on the show tonight. Get some rest. You know what I'm saying? We got to get up early. Do it all over again tomorrow.
Yep. The grit don't quit, goddammit. Playmakers, y'all know what to do.